on task. Pleased with what they're doing. But, they can't get enough just game speed reps. And as many times as we can put those in blitz situations and third down situations, then the better they're going to be. But right now they just need months and months and months of practice.
Do you do more, maybe because you're young, more reps than maybe you normally would, just to get them that?
Well, we're trying to put them in as many of those positions as we can throughout a two and a half hour practice. So yeah, we're trying to. We just feel like they need lots of throws. They need defense alignment in their face. They need to feel blitzes. So yeah, we're trying to create those situations as much as we can.
Kevin said you guys cut it down more to a 1 and a 2 rather than 1, 2, 3. Really, with the quarterbacks today for the first time. What do you need to see from Richard to feel like he's, I don't want to say ready in the spring, but ready to go into fall camp and really potentially be that guy to start?
Really, there's just a demeanor. There's a look in your eye. There's just a confidence, just a quiet swag that we need to see from him. And that's just going to come through confidence and knowing the offense. And I think right now he's still thinking when he's on the field. We're trying to be smart with our installation and not dump a million plays in our playbook into the offense this spring, but really just trying to give him a chance to take base plays, go out and execute, understand protections, understand where you're hot, and just watch him play the ball and just watch him try to make some shots.
How important is, you've got obviously a lot of experience at the skill positions. Just how important have those guys been in getting him adapted in?
Yeah, it's been awesome. And because you don't feel like I have to go back and start at square one at wide receiver. Pretty much all those guys are back that played a year ago, and that's been very helpful from running backs to tight ends. So that's a big part. Now we're trying to really hone in on the quarterbacks and really get the timing and the chemistry down pat.
In your system, do the quarterbacks deal with the protection? In other words, do they have to deal with the protection as well as what the defense is doing, or do you guys do the protection and they handle it?
Well, yeah, they never have to change protections, but they always have to be aware of what the protection is. And the words we use is, where are their issues? Where are our problems? So if they bring a certain blitz from the right side, then they need to know what they're going to do with the football, where their answers are, or if it's blocked. So we don't ask them to change things, but they also need to know what's going on.
How was Devine kind of approached the spring this year? Did he get a little bit of a pep in his step, coming off the last 3 games last year?
Yeah, I think that he did. And he's different because there's a little quiet confidence, a demeanor about him that he feels like he is the guy. He's ready for his time. He's proven it on the field in a big-time arena. So we expect big things from him, and he's having a good spring.
Coach Wilson mentioned roster flexibility with Brookins, Camion Patrick, and Devontae Williams. How much does that help you guys do substitutions and running this up-tempo offense?
Yeah, it's going to be very key because, when you can be multiple with different personnel groupings, that's an advantage to the offense. And so we have a lot of guys that really could play running back, they could play receiver, they could play wildcat quarterback. So we haven't quite put all those packages together yet, but it's going to give us some very flexible options in the spring.
How has Ricky looked at catching the ball and the slide?
He's doing well. I'm very pleased with him. And really as a receiver, sometimes you start thinking too much and you slow down, you can't run fast. And so I'm just trying to get him, just to run as fast as you can. Now let's work on releases and stems and technique and things like that. But he's catching the ball fine, he's picking it up really well.
On Saturday, we saw some of the veteran players coaching after reps. Is that something that you instill in them, or they've taken upon themselves to do?
Right. We haven't made a big deal about that. I think that's just the kids taking ownership of the program, which is great to see. You mentioned this, our skill. We do have a lot of skill guys back from last year, so I hope that they do feel like they can say some things and help out some younger players.
Who's starter at left tackle at the moment?
I know Coach Fry's working a bunch of different guys. I couldn't even tell you. I know Brandon Knight's working there. I know Dimitri Camilo plays tackle. I know he's working a bunch of different guys, so I don't know exactly.
So there's no clear-cut starter at this
now.
point?
To us, we're just practicing. We don't have to pick a starter right now. We got a long way to go.
What's Xander able to bring, especially to that maybe a quarterback rotation that's trying to figure some things out?
Yeah.
He's obviously got the most experience, but with the injury.
No, he's been good. He's been good in meetings and on the practice field, and it's hard for him because he can't go, but he is being able to bring just not only this is the play, we're going to run the zone to the left, but he kind of brings up chapter 2 and chapter 3 that, listen, if this happens on zone to the left, don't forget you have to do this. And he's really helping out those other quarterbacks. So I think he's helping as much as he can, but I know he wants to be out there playing. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.